Hello, Vadim. How are you
Hey,
today?
Yannis, how you going?
Very good, man. Very good. I'm so happy to be here with you. I think we should get the show on the road. What say you? Do you want to go
Yeah,
for it? You want to do
yeah,
this?
yeah. How you going?
Okay.
What are you doing? What are we doing?
We are doing introductions first of all. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Vadim Ozeransky. He is in Sydney, Australia at the moment, believe it or not. And yeah, Vadim likes films a lot. He likes comic books. He likes video games. He likes RPGs, and he's a great martial artist. And even though my boxing is no match for his tachipat jiu-jitsu, and yeah, we met in Dover Heights High School back in the day, back in high school, and now we live worlds apart, but we connect regularly, and we are the Palpi Hideout. And I am in Greece, Athens, Greece. I am Yannis Aliferis. Like yeah, all that good stuff, all that cult retro stuff, and
Yeah, all that
I
jazz.
I'm a screenwriter and filmmaker, and I recently released a book. It's called A Killer Case, a Samatha Ratcliffe's Adventure. It's a pulp noir thriller. You can find it free on Kindle Unlimited, paperback, and ebook through Amazon. And yeah, I think introductions are done. Take it away, dude. What are we
Yep.
doing today?
Well, today we're going to be discussing a movie called Akira that was made in 1988, a while ago, but it's a
Well
great
done on
movie.
the correct pronunciation. Sorry, that's thumbs up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Dude,
Yeah, that's the Japanese way of pronouncing it. So yeah,
exactly.
Akira that was released in 1988. First of all, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show off my stuff, my collection, and how I watched Akira for this
Double
review.
bicep. Nice. Let's go. Let's do it.
Okay, so here
Yeah.
we've got the
What do we have?
Blu-ray release, which is the 25th anniversary of Akira.
25th
Uh,
anniversary. I like it.
yeah, I'll just open it up. So this is the inside cover. This is the slipcase that I just took off, and the I love
That's
the
such a classic poster, isn't it?
it is
Yeah.
with the bicycle. Yeah, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
with the bike. Yeah.
Oh no, that's
First
such a
of
great
all,
poster.
as we open, we have a
Nice.
cool booklet inside. Just gonna show off the booklet. Let me go this
Oh,
page.
just bring it a little. You can bring it a little bit closer to the camera, buddy. Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
not gonna go
Lovely.
through every page, but I'm just gonna show some cool images here.
Hmm. Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, they basically go into a little bit of the making of it, and they put up like really cool screenshots of the film,
Very nice.
which is
Oh,
really cool what they've done for the 25th anniversary. And I'm going to show one more here, and they do the actual sketches, how they drawn stuff.
oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Um, and this is the back,
Very nice. Very nice.
and these are the this is the movie here. So this is the Blu-ray,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
and this is the and this is the DVD. Okay.
Very nice.
So it's got a bunch of cool extras. So it's got a production booklet, which we just saw. It's got the director interview, which I haven't seen any of these. I've only saw the movie, but I reckon that would be pretty cool to hear the director's interview. Then it's got the
Oh, yeah.
original trailers and commercials that they did back in 1988. Storyboards, and I think they do like a little mini documentary on how they restored the movie for the 25th anniversary. So that's pretty cool here. And another thing I wanted to show is the actual manga. I know we're not going to be covering manga today because, well, first of all, none of us read it. Mind you, I've only read the first volume. There are six of them.
No, but it's important for you to. It's important to show it, man. Yeah. Oh shit!
This is the box set.
Jesus
it is
Christ.
pretty heavy.
That'll give you a workout carrying
Yeah.
that around.
And this is how it opens.
Sweet.
All the volumes are in here. And
wow.
mind you, for this special edition, they also have a special book that you can only get within this set, as I understand. I mean, you can buy them separately. Now they sort of break up the sets and buy them and sell them separately. But this book here, Akira Club, is mind-blowing. It's just
awesome.
So basically what it's got all cool drawings and cool screenshots from the movie, stuff like that, drawn stuff. I mean, the artwork is just phenomenal. The movie.
That is awesome.
I'll show a few more pages.
Yeah, please do.
Before I drop the actual box.
Look at that. Yeah, man. That is so awesome.
Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic stuff.
So
man.
that's the Akira Club, Katsuhiro Otama.
Yeah, and I mean, he wrote the manga and he directed the film as well, didn't he?
Yep, correct.
Yeah.
So I'll put that back. I'll just show you this volume 6. It is pretty heavy. They're all hard covers, but this is the original Japanese version. I do have another version that I've actually read, and the other version is actually what they call, from my understanding, it's more westernized American version. So they omitted some stuff and some wording. So the story might be slightly different. This is the true original Japanese version. This is how the author basically intended to put out Akira. This is how it came out in Japan, but exactly translated in English, right? So that's that. This volume 6.
So you would say
I love
quite
it.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So you could say quite confidently that that's the ultimate version to have of Akira. If you're gonna have something,
the ultimate version to have. Yep.
Yeah.
This is the ultimate version to have, and you with this version you also read it from right to left. So you start off
proper Japanese.
Yeah. So if I open to page 1 here, this is actually the end, right? So you actually start off from right to left. So you start off from the back of the book in the Western version, and
That's
you
when you
work your
know
way.
something is genuine.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah. But the cool artwork is
that's
actually at the beginning and the end here.
oh, that is oh, bring it a bit closer, buddy.
Sure.
Yeah, because that looks. There we go.
That
Oh
focus.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
So you
That's
get
so good.
stuff like that. I mean, these versions are just amazing. So this is
Incredible,
volume 6.
incredible. You have the best shit, man. I swear to God. Vadim has a fantastic collection of stuff in his man cave, and that's
Have
one
you
of them.
noticed what's on my side here? That, yeah, that's the patch of the
Oh,
pill. Can you
the
see
patch
it
of the
here?
pill. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
You can throw it
Yeah.
on your jacket or yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice. Fantastic.
Yep. So I'll just put that back. Yeah, man. This is the ultimate collection.
The
As
ultimate
I
collection,
mentioned
ladies and
before,
gentlemen.
there are 6 volumes. I've read one, but I've read the not the version from this set. I actually have 2 volumes of the just the normal release. But then when I
Oh,
saw
you've got
this
that as
set
well.
and I did a bit of research, yeah, yeah.
You
But
said
then when
you
I
said
did a
bugger
bit of
that. I'm
research
getting that.
and
Yeah.
man,
You
I
said
need the true
I've got to
shit,
have
you
it.
know. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So yeah,
Awesome. Awesome, buddy. So yeah, I think I'm gonna um go into the film, my impressions of it. And
yeah.
yeah,
What did you think of
this
it, by
was
the way?
something that yeah, I saw it before years ago, like long time ago, back at uni, and I didn't remember much at all about it, and it was interesting watching it again now. Um, and the first thing that came to my mind is how iconic it is, and
Hmm.
just I think when the music kicks in, when he puts the money, Kaneda puts the money in the jukebox, and there's a bit of a delay, and then he gets on his bike, or that beautiful red super bike of his, and the music
Yeah,
kicks in. Yeah, that for me, it's like this film is so iconic, and it was so ahead of its time, and just a lot of stuff that it has is just very special. You've got the motorcycle slide, which has been copied a million times. I saw recently on a video of that, of all the films that have copied that or paid tribute to it, and
hmm,
it was just an endless amount of TV shows, from comedies to everything. Just such a great classic moment, and even I noticed the cape that Tetsuo ends up putting on, and the look he has is, it was done in the film Brightburn, where the evil Superman as a kid.
all
It
right.
was
Okay.
definitely, yeah. There's lots of
Comic
different
as
moments like
well.
that
Was
where
there?
you can see.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Sorry,
Was there a comic as well? Brightburn. Was there a comic?
uh, they might have done afterwards. I think.
Okay, because I
Um,
think
I'm
I've
not
seen the
sure.
comic. Yeah, yeah, like a graphic
It might
novel.
have been.
Yeah.
It might have been. They might have done an adaptation of it afterwards. I'm not
Hmm.
sure, but yeah, that's definitely again paying tribute to Akira for sure. And yeah, I just love the look of that film. The action scenes just are top notch, and yeah, it was fantastic revisiting it again after all these years. And so, what about you? What was your impressions of rewatching
Yeah,
it?
my impressions. Well,
You watched it in the past, right?
yeah. Well, look, I've seen it before. Well, I haven't seen it in its all entirety. I've seen it maybe when I was a lot younger. Some scenes from it, but I've never seen the whole movie. This was rewatching, well, watching it say for the first time. Um, now was quite refreshing, and I always wanted to know what the hype was about, and I am a big anime fan, so it just made sense for us to do this movie because it is so iconic. And as an anime fan, if you haven't seen Akira, you're not an anime fan. So it's a must watch, and that's why I wanted to watch it for that
Absolutely.
reason, because it's so iconic and everyone talks about it. That was the foundation of animation in the Western world, like in America. That's how it started, with movies like that, which blew everyone's minds
I
when
think
they first.
that definitely put anime on the map
Yeah,
worldwide, not just in Asia. And they used a lot of revolutionary techniques at the time, like 160,000 cells, which are
yeah,
transparent sheets, which was way above the normal of the time. And just pre-recorded dialogue, and just the techniques they used on that were just super revolutionary, and it really captured the imagination of the world. I first heard about anime because of Akira, and it was the first one I watched, and I think that one definitely made uh, millions of diehard fans, worldwide. And then I think what's put the cherry on top was Ghost in the Shell.
yeah,
A few years later, I
yeah,
think that
yeah,
that bam, that's it. It became
yeah,
like
yeah,
this,
exactly.
you know,
It's because of movies
huge.
like Hero that
Yeah,
paved their way for Ghost in the Shell, and then later on, The Matrix had a big influence on that as well. Yeah, it was quite revolutionary for its time, definitely, and a lot of kids. It was interesting because back in the 80s, say late 80s, it was very difficult to get anime in the Western world. When I talk about Western world now, I'm talking about America. Forget about, you wouldn't get that stuff in Australia, but in America, because they were open to the world, and they still couldn't get proper anime out that way from Japan. And I heard that a lot of kids would have to go to conventions and buy bootlegged copies of animes that were showing in Japan, and then they would do
oh man,
translations and all that kind of stuff. It just took a lot of time and effort to watch a proper anime because it had to be translated, and sometimes you'd
it,
get
it's
it, but it'd be all in Japanese.
it,
So
it,
yeah,
yeah. It
you
reminds me of growing up in the '80s, trying to get your hands on a porn tape. It's
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
similar.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, something like that. It was a rarity, and
It was so,
happened.
yeah.
It happened
If
a
you manage
lot
to
with
get your hands on something, the whole
yeah,
neighborhood will have you as a hero. Everybody will come over to your place, and you'll be like a hero for a month if you got your
no,
hands
for
on
sure.
one.
It happened a lot with uh, Japanese RPG games as well that were popular in Japan. They
All
were
right.
trying to get over in America, but it was very difficult. And when they would get them, it wouldn't be translated, so it'd be in Japanese. So a lot of American kids would have to play these games in Japanese and RPG games, because you have to follow the story. And usually the game involves where you go around the town and you got to talk to people to get clues of where to go or where to get stuff, items, weapons. But it would be all in Japanese, and some kids would have to, kind of put up with that or learn or somehow get a Japanese friend to translate it for them. But people would have to jump through hoops to watch Japanese anime or to play Japanese RPG games, video games. So, yeah,
Can I
pretty
ask you a
interesting
question?
story.
Can I ask you a question, Vadim? Hearing this, it came to my mind. Do you regret now not paying attention in Japanese class back in high
Of course,
school?
man. Back in high school, we didn't. Yeah, yeah.
We
Instead
could
of
have been
learning Japanese,
fluent by now.
oh man, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
Uh,
instead of learning Japanese, we were trading martial arts magazines under the table.
oh yeah, and just saying joke. I don't know. I remember we laughed so much during that class. What were we saying to each other? We were just laughing non-stop. I don't know what it
uh,
was, but I just remember that we.
we had a lot
What's
to
the
think
teacher's? What
about.
was the teacher's name? The teacher would get so upset with us, but
Yeah,
he was a nice guy. I mean, we did so much to him, and he still like didn't kick us out of the classroom.
yeah.
But oh, look what I've got in my hands. It's Luna.
Uh,
It's Luna.
hello,
Hello,
Luna.
Luna. Oh, kissy, kissy. Say hello, and off you
Hi,
go
Luna.
now. She,
Yeah.
Luna is ah, Luna is a rescue. We found her 2 days without food, just like maybe a week old or 2 weeks old, and she fell through a thing, and her mother we took the kittens and went to a safer place, and she nearly died. So she became our cat now. Anyway, sorry about that. We went off course for a bit there.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
went
yeah,
down memory lane, and then the cat came into the picture.
yeah,
What were we talking about?
yeah,
Oh yeah, Akira.
yeah.
Buddy, let me go into then. I'll tell you. I have a very important question to ask you. Actually, very important
Yeah,
question because
go for it.
you read at least the first volume of the
Yep,
six. Even though I'm like, what the hell are you waiting? Just read the whole damn thing, man. Come on. Why
I
just
know,
the first
I know.
volume?
Life
But
gets
since
in
you
the
read the
way.
first volume,
Yep.
yeah, life gets in the way. That's so true. But look, watching the film, it's 2 hours and a bit. But one thing that I was like watching it now, I was critical of was that it feels, there's so many themes: government overreach, nuclear fallout, nuclear war fallout, youth rebellion. There's all these really cool post-apocalyptic Tokyo, Neo Tokyo, all this stuff. But the biggest theme for me is fallen friendship. Especially with Kaneda and Tetsuo. I think that becomes the heart of the story. But watching it, it's kind of like it feels that that's not touched upon as much as it could have been, especially in the beginning. Like I think the flashbacks the show towards the end of them as kids. I would have liked a bit of that in the beginning of the film because I didn't even
Yep.
realize that they were such good friends until like I don't know halfway through, and I'm like, okay, so these are actually tight guys. Like these are
Yep.
um, best friends, and I didn't realize until then. And generally, the film has a bit of some stuff, especially towards the end, where you're not exactly sure what's going on. It's a
Mm.
bit chaotic and
Mhm,
unclear. And
mhm.
the female character was really cool as well. But again, her relationship with Kaneda feels not as developed as it could be. So I wanted to
Mhm.
ask you is, like, because you showed me the six huge volumes of the manga. And is from what you read, is that present in the manga? It must be because there's so many pages, man. There's so
Yeah,
much in there. But you read it, so what can you say?
yeah, that is actually a really good question, and because I haven't read the whole thing, I've only read the first volume. But from what I can tell is that, and this is another point going into right, um, the movie, in my point of view, and from what I've read, the movie rushes through things, right? And that's the biggest problem of Akira is the story. It goes at 100,000 miles per hour. That's what it feels like, and it doesn't explain things well. So from what I've seen, it and from what I've read, it touches a little bit on what the actual
Mm.
manga, but manga goes into a deeper story, deeper relationship between Tetsuo and Kaneda. Um, and there's a better explanation of, the drugs that
Oh, the yeah,
Tetsuo uses, the pills, right? Which wasn't very well, it wasn't explained at all. He's just, in
no,
the movie, he just goes, "Oh, I have a headache. I need to take a drug." But I think Akira is a very good story and it's a deep story, but in the movie, it just does not explain that well. So yes, there is a better friendship relationship in the manga. Um, Touches a lot more on the story behind and how the government was performing experiments on the kids, which isn't explained well. All you see is these kids, and one kid looks really old, and you don't know what the hell is going on in the movie. So
yeah.
yes, it's a deep, much much deeper story. That's why I would strongly recommend to read the manga and then watch the anime. I mean, you could do it the other way around, but just to get the full picture, I reckon it's very important to read the manga. That will explain a lot more. Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah, that makes sense, man. Because yeah, like the kids being having the old face that never really gets explained, and
It
the
doesn't get
pills
explained
and
in the first book as well, like why
mm,
the old face and all that, but I'm pretty sure it would touch upon it in the next few volumes, right? But
also like from what you told me, the gangs you only see them briefly in the beginning of the film, but you're saying the whole volume
yeah,
one is on the gangs,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
there's a lot more story there,
There's a lot more
right?
story to it, yeah. And the leader of the gang, he pops up in the manga quite often, and there's a deeper story behind of what they're doing. And yeah, in the movie, it just seemed that they got rid of them quite fast, of the
Mm.
gang. Like it wasn't a big problem for them, but in the manga, they are a big problem. So yeah.
Right. Interesting. Right. Yeah. What it made me think the other result of this, which is kind of cool though, is that because they don't explain a lot, it's kind of like you're left to your own devices to you kind of make it up in your head.
Yeah,
So
which is
in that
okay
sense, that's
sometimes, but yeah.
yeah, yeah. But you know what? Having this be only 2 hours, 2 hours and a bit, to fit in to make an adaptation of such a big monstrous story is top effort, and well done. I mean, um obviously it
Yeah,
would have some issues with characterization and the plot. That's understandable, because if it's so if it's such grand a scale of storytelling, that's going to suffer. But it was still a tremendous effort, and it accomplished way beyond what was expected of it, because he put anime on the map, so it was a
Yeah, no,
fantastic
for
effort
sure. Look,
all around,
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. However, I did wish that they would spend. Um, I, I just wish, yes, 2 hours to fit all that in, but I just wish they would have done a better job on the story. That's my opinion, anyway.
Sure,
It is
sure,
iconic
sure.
from what we described, but there are some scenes. Well, like watching the anime, which I can't complain visually, it's just stunning, right? But it feels like
Yeah.
if you actually time it when you watch it, right, it doesn't go over 20 or 30 seconds without some action, something happening. And I loved all the action scenes, but I just felt it was too much action, not enough storytelling. I just wish in this 2 hours they would tone it down on the action scenes, right? And tell a little bit more of the story. Of course, you can't put everything in, but at least if there was a beginning, middle, and the end, and somehow tie it all together, it would have worked a little bit better. But I just felt the story was just all over the place. And some characters, get this, right? I don't know if you noticed this, but some characters, I think it's I forgot her name, but it's the lady, the spy lady that becomes his friend, that becomes Kaneda's friend, right? She is the way they drew her, and especially when she disguises herself, or when she wears like a jacket as well, she looks
Yeah,
quite similar to Kaneda, and sometimes you can't tell the difference, like who's who. Like the
yeah.
drawing of the people, they all kind of look a little bit similar. So sometimes it throws
I
you
noticed
off.
that in
I
the
got mixed
beginning.
up with the
After,
characters all the time. Yeah.
oh, yeah, afterwards, when she becomes when it goes into the middle of the story,
Yeah.
she changes outfits and becomes more clear
Yeah.
who she is. But
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the beginning, where she's in disguise, I noticed that as well. I think
Yeah.
overall, I think maybe in looking back on it, if it was 6 volumes, so if it was 1 and 2 was the first film, 3 and 4 was the second film, and 5 and 6 was the third film. If it came out in 3 volumes, it
So,
probably would have been
like the
able
Lord of the
to
Rings.
you know
Yeah. 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 I mean, imagine doing the
yeah,
Lord of
yeah,
the Rings in a 2 hour movie, right? Yeah,
yeah,
you'd be
exactly,
doing
exactly,
pretty much the same, right? You'd just be rushing through the story. You wouldn't know what the heck is going
ex-
on.
exactly,
Suddenly you'd be like, hobbits
absolutely.
in the Shire. Then straight away, like you're fighting Balrog, and then suddenly there's Sauron showing up, right? So it'd be
Yeah,
it'd be a
yeah.
total mess.
It would be like that. It would just be like what's
Yeah.
going on, you know.
Yeah, so
Um,
so that was
so
a downer, and yeah, I just wish they did a better job on the story. But again, it is what it is, and I think they're
yeah,
doing a remake of it now, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw something on the internet. Um, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see
yeah.
if there is a remake of it. I'd love
Yeah,
to
yeah. I
see
saw
it.
something as well. It's been yeah. Was there an anniversary of it recently? Maybe because it's been on social media a lot. I noticed these days.
Yeah,
But anyway,
yeah, gotta check it out.
I'm gonna go on to my final thoughts, if that's okay, buddy.
Yeah,
Um, on it, which I think for me, um, I want to touch upon the visual of it. Uh, I I love um, that style, the hand drawn style of the 80s and early 90s.
yeah,
I like it a lot more than today. I think today it's really cool, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good stuff, but it's a lot cleaner, a lot sharper lines today, and it doesn't have that grittiness and depth of the anime drawn back then. And
Yeah.
yeah, it watching it was just this is just something magical about that sort of anime for me. You know,
Yep.
I think it's something very special, and I would like to have a nice collection of all those films. The important ones from the 80s and 90s, and
Oh,
Akira is up there at the top. Because it was the first one that really put things on the map, and I just love the violent, dirty world also that it shows us.
yeah.
The attention to detail, you can smell it. The whole thing comes through
Yeah.
the screen. It's very vivid and it stays with you long after you've watched it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. For sure. For
and
sure.
I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you to throw it back at you now for your final impressions, but I wanted to go into it with a question. If you think that if you're of the opinion that back then it was more because it wasn't such a commodity that it is today, where they just make loads and loads and loads, and they have like a specific style and specific, boxes to tick these days. If it feels to me, and I want to ask if you agree, if it was more bold and more risk taking back then, anime
Definitely.
films, anime stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No, for sure. It's a definite thing. I mean, they back then they would take a lot more risks. And look, risk taking also involves with what laws you're working with as well, especially in the film movie industry, whatever it is. I mean, obviously the rules and laws of what you can do and what you can't do are different now to what it was in the 80s. In the 80s, obviously, it was 80s and 90s, it was a lot more daring. Um, what we thought was acceptable, I guess back then might not be acceptable now, right? So things do change, but yes, definitely. There was a lot more risk taking in movie making, and I guess when you take risks, you also become more creative.
it was,
Your work is more
yeah,
creative, and that's why people love that stuff from the 80s and 90s because it's just oozing with creativity, right? There were things that were done
absolutely,
on
absolutely,
shoestring budgets, especially the movies that we discuss, they were done on such small
yeah,
budgets, but there was so much creativity in
exactly.
these movies,
People
and
were
so much
forced
love.
to
Yeah,
yeah, they were forced to think in creative ways, to overcome the limitations, and that creates something wonderful.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. So yeah,
awesome, man,
overall,
awesome. Anything?
Akira is a masterpiece, and look, I've said what I wanted to say about it. I mean, I love everything about it, and hand drawn animation. It's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, in terms of visual style because I love that style. However, it was let down by the rushed story. Um, that's all there is to say about it. Yeah, but anyway, if you're an anime fan, go out and see it if you haven't. Yeah, grab a Blu-ray copy and
I
some manga.
agree, 100%, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah,
I think that's
no,
it
that's
for us
that's true.
for this episode.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Thank you for listening to us. If you like what you hear and see, please tick the notification box thingy and like, comment. Tell us what you think of Akira, and if you agree with us or
Yeah.
not. And subscribe to the
Please
channel. All
comment
that good
also
stuff.
if you.
It's all very much appreciated and very helpful to us. Sorry, what was that, buddy?
Yeah, no, that's all I was
Absolutely.
going to say. To like,
Absolutely.
subscribe, and comment on what you thought of it if you've seen it. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Iannis.
Cool stuff, buddy.
All the best.
Thank you.
Talk
And
to
somebody wants to say goodbye. Luna, say
Bye,
bye
Luna.
bye to the people.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. She wants to sleepy now. Take care, Vadim. See you guys. See you next time. Bye bye.